you very much for joining us here off-site at Central Community Church. Joining me this morning is interpreter Patty. We are here because of a very momentous and exciting occasion, and that is the graduation of 22 Wichita police officers. They are the newest recruit class graduating today. We do continue to recruit to our family. We want to continue to say thank you again to the family of our hardworking police officers. I am also so proud of this latest class of 22 police officers. Now, annually, we hear from citizen surveys that crime prevention and public safety are one of the community's top priorities. This class will join our hardworking Wichita police officers in serving the community. Here to tell us more about this new recruit class and what they've been learning is Captain Aaron Moses.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for your support as well as the support of the other elected officials who joined us today for graduation of our recruits. A summary of the recruits who graduated today and some highlights are: we did graduate 22 total new police officers. 27% of our recruit class were women. That is above the national average that we see. We have 2 foreign language speaking new police officers, one who speaks Russian and one who speaks Spanish. And we also have 1 new police officer who joins us from another police department with experience from a different police department in the state. This class went through 6 months of rigorous training. Much of that focused on Chief Sullivan's initiatives related to de-escalation and managing situations with people who are experiencing crisis. Our next class starts January 21st. We roll right into our next class. We have 29 recruits who will start in that class. 11 of those recruits are part of our new pre-hire program, where we bring them on board before the recruit class begins so that they can get experience with the Wichita Police Department before the academy starts. We're excited that we have another lateral officer, or an officer who has experience at another jurisdiction, joining us in that class. And perhaps even more exciting, we are hiring for the class that starts next, which will be in July. We are able to pre-hire people for that class starting in March, so that's coming up quickly. We are accepting applications for that class at wpdjobs.com. We want to highlight that thanks to the support of the mayor and the city council with the recent Fraternal Order of Police contract, we have the highest paid police recruits in the state. We also have incredible benefits, including, thanks to the mayor and city council, an exceptional program related to parental leave, which is a leading program in the state. It includes 8 weeks of paid leave after a qualifying event like a birth or an adoption. Chief Sullivan continues to focus on investments in technology and training to assist officers with the work that they do every day. Part of that investment was mentioned today, and that is a real-time information center, which we anticipate to be substantially complete in the spring and hopefully functional in the summer. One of the things we want to highlight for anyone interested is, number one, if you have any interest at all, go to wpdjobs.com. And we have a lot of specialty units that we like to highlight, including drone operators, special weapons and tactics, bomb squad, community response teams, community policing, and other opportunities to help make Wichita safer, which, as the mayor discussed, is a priority for our community. So thank you for joining us today, and again, Mayor, we appreciate your support for these recent graduates.
Thank you, Captain Moses. And again, I want to congratulate the 22 new Wichita police officers and want to say thank you to the families and friends of those officers who are supporting them in this calling to serve our community. And again, this Wichita City Council is committed to public safety and reducing crime in our community. And we again thank all of our Wichita police officers. On another note, our hearts are with the family and the loved ones of one of our police officers who passed away this week, Detective Stuart Blurton, who passed away again on Tuesday. He served our community for many years, and his sudden passing is a tremendous loss to not just the department, but our city. He dedicated himself to protecting and serving our community with compassion, and he did so with distinction and honor. Again, we want to thank him and his family for their dedication towards serving our community. I know that many in our community are grieving his loss, and we wish them healing and peace in these hard times. Anyone who needs help dealing with grief or other mental health challenges is urged to reach out and seek support. With that, here to share our weekly mental health tip is Eric Litweiler from Mental Health America.
Thank you, Mayor. So many people in Wichita, even those who receive services through our various 5-6 divisions of operational programs at MHA, remain unaware of the fact that we are actually the largest nonprofit housing provider in the entire state of Kansas for those who live with mental illness. As a result, obviously, we take the annual PIT count very seriously as we continue to seek additional housing resources to provide for those on our wait list across all aspects of our residential services division. In the nearly 20 years since MHA became synonymous with providing housing for those living with mental illness, we have seen many organizations join us in those efforts. And we're proud to work alongside anyone who is willing to join us in this important initiative to provide not just housing, but also the myriad of other supports which are needed to provide for our veterans and anyone else with an unstable living situation. But too often in this conversation, we hear the word homeless being used. And when people are described as being homeless, the word itself unfortunately infers a simple solution. If they are without a home, give them a home. Problem solved, right? So instead, if you have heard a reference recently to the term unhoused population, there's a reason for that. The words unhoused population attempt to more accurately convey the fact that when someone is unhoused, there are often several reasons for that situation, and hardly any of them have anything to do with the lack of houses. If that was the problem, the vacancy rate for single-family homes at any given time would generally address the needs of those who are unhoused several times over. Now, do they need safe and stable housing? Yes, absolutely. But without case management, social workers, transportation, supported employment, substance use counseling, and a plethora of other supports, all the housing in the world will not solve this issue. It's conservatively estimated that over 20% of the unhoused population lives with a serious mental illness, such as major depressive disorder, schizophrenia, post-traumatic stress disorder, and borderline personality disorder, among others. If we include all mental illnesses rather than just those classified as serious, then up to 75% of the unhoused population may be affected. Depending on their diagnosis, these individuals may not have the capacity to regularly see their mental health care provider, get proper identification, or maintain stable employment. And without a permanent address, they cannot receive important documents such as health information, professional opportunities, or housing resources. And just as the lack of a home did not create these issues, putting them into a home does not make these issues disappear. Those who are serious about addressing the needs of our unhoused population also need to be serious about offering their knowledge and investment in the mental health needs of those with whom we share this great city. We are thrilled to work with the city and the county, as well as numerous other nonprofits, to be a part of the resolution for this problem. but we also need everyone in Wichita to understand the true and holistic scope of the issue in order to be an advocate for a long-term solution. Thank you.
Thank you again, Eric. This is a reminder, and hope that our media partners will also join us today from 6 o'clock to 7:30 at the Advanced Learning Library. The city will host the Wichita Transit Network redesign meeting. Attendees will have the opportunity to hear about proposed network and route changes and final recommendations as part of the network redesign study, which was launched in 2023. You can preview that plan at wichitatransitplan.com. Again, wichitatransitplan.com. And in case you missed it, Wichita has been named a top 50 best performing city according to the Milken Institute, an economic research nonprofit that measures the economic vitality of 403 U.S. cities. Wichita landed number 43 in those rankings, which is 45 spots higher than in 2024 and 111 spots higher than in 2023. The report is a great cause to celebrate our community. It's the culmination of community-wide efforts to diversify and grow our economy. The report is one that past and present city councils, other elected bodies, the private sector, the education community, and everyone who lives, works, and plays in Wichita can be proud of, and an inspiration to continue to work to expand and diversify our city for continued growth. We earned this improved score together, and together we will continue to work to make Wichita the best place it can be. Again, I am excited about the opportunities in 2025 as we continue to see the construction and development of the WSU Biomedical Campus in downtown Wichita, as well as the expansion of Exploration Place, both of those which broke ground last year. With that, I always like to end these mayor's briefings with good news in our community. So I want to say congratulations to now Chairman of Sedgwick County Commission, Ryan Beatty. Also, congratulations to President Diane Albert of the Wichita School Board of Education. And also congratulations to Speaker of the House, Dan Hawkins, and also President of the Senate, Ty Masterson, both from our South Central Kansas region. Many of us on the council went to support our South Central Kansas delegation in Topeka last night as we heard Governor Laura Kelly give her State of the State address. And I believe that together we can make Kansas the best place to be, work, and play. And I hope that, again, together we will work towards making Wichita the best place it can be in 2025. With that, I will take any questions.
All right, Mayor, I have a question coming from the team. Pretty sure you might be expecting it already. We would like to have your response for the last night's ethics board. We actually want to know if it is possible for you to move forward with Chief Snow and the fire union. And if so, how do you suppose you would do that?
First and foremost, I want to say that I respect the ethics board's decision and agree with its conclusion that no violation was committed, as I was accused of something that I never ordered or directed. Again, I will be working with the Wichita City Council to make sure that our community focuses on priorities. And again, I just want to say that I am thankful for the ethics decision, and that's all I will say at this moment.
The last couple of years, Mayor, those are big jumps for the city in that poll. I mean, what's that feel like? Hopefully, I mean, this year we can make another big jump. But what's it feel like to make those substantial leaps in that poll?
You know, it really signifies that as a community, we have to work with multiple sectors. It's not just government. Government is one of the entities in the greater scheme when it comes to economic development. We have partners like Greater Wichita Partnership, the Wichita Chamber of Commerce, the Wichita Independent Business Association. That's just the private sector. We also have, obviously, the public sector with local government, the City of Wichita, Sedgwick County, our partners in the state legislature, and as well as our federal partners. It takes multiple entities to really grow our economy, and I'm just grateful for the support and continued leadership of this council, as well as past councils, in getting us to continue moving this community forward, and really want to remind anyone outside of Wichita that Wichita is open for business, and we want more businesses to relocate to Wichita, Kansas.
If I could jump in, Mayor. I think a great representation of what the mayor is talking about is as our recruits walked across the stage today, you heard recruits who are from all over the country. As far as California, I heard Illinois, Colorado, Texas. Wichita is a place that is attracting people from all over the country, and from the police department's perspective, we are also focused on attracting people from all over the country to join our community.
Captain, I also had another question about I don't know how much interaction you have with the new graduation class, but 27 weeks ago they first came, and then 27 weeks later. What's that like to kind of see that growth and to see them all just come to this accomplishment?
Yeah, you know, it's an accomplishment for all of us, not just the recruits. What you see is diversifying our workforce, growing our workforce. One of Chief Sullivan's major goals is to mirror the community that we serve. We know we have work to do in that area, and this recruit class shows the efforts that we're making. It's a major accomplishment for them. It wasn't that long ago that I graduated the academy and can remember the nervousness and the excitement about going out to meet the needs of our community. And the graduation of this class, the fact that our academy class in Wichita is longer and more complex than the state academy shows the investment that we make into our employees from day one. And the fact that there's a reduction in the size, right? They started at 37 and we only graduated 22. What that shows is that Chief Sullivan has high standards for these recruits. Our department has high standards for these recruits, and we aim to meet those high standards. And if people aren't meeting those standards, then we don't ask them to continue their employment with us, because we know that we have to depend on the community's trust in us to meet their needs when they have an emergency. So we're very excited for these recruits to now start the next part of their training, which is field training. Again, that's a very intense process where they will be with multiple different senior officers who will teach them now how to apply what they've learned in the academy to real life scenarios. So we're very excited. We're excited to start our next class on January 21st, and we're constantly looking forward to new ways to recruit individuals to Wichita, because it is a growing place. It's an exciting place, and we feel we've done a lot to showcase that, which is why you've seen recruits from all over the country come to Wichita.
With that, thank you all very much for joining us for the graduation of our 22 recruits and for the mayor's briefing. Have a wonderful weekend.